You want to sue my coach, Derrick James? Then I want to beat you up. These are the words from Ryan King Rye Garcia. Wow. I'll try to make the intro brief. Follow me on Instagram. Links are in my link tree. We're at almost 56,000 now. Shout out to everybody at Boxingego1 on the gram. All the other links are in my link tree. You will see a link tree. Boom. You click on it. And now you can click on it to get to my Instagram, etc., etc. So Ryan Garcia is getting at Errol Spence Jr. The full coverage is there. I got to say, boxing is lit right now. But for me as a content creator, it's too many storylines. Like, there's just 1,000 different storylines going on. Canelo's about to fight Munguia. Devin was upset. You got Bill Haney and Floyd Mayweather. You got Terrence Crawford, a crazy, phenomenal card. And all I can say is subscribe to the channel, support the channel in the ways that you feel are necessary, because I'm trying to cover everything. There's just a lot. Virgil Ortiz is fighting Tim Tszyu on that card. Crazy card. I'm covering everything. The more you guys engage and enjoy the content, the more I'm able to talk about everything and maybe even allocate more resources. So back to Ryan Garcia. I haven't made a video about all this stuff, but you guys, again, follow me on social media. You'll be able to get that content. Derrick James has a lawsuit versus former pupil and student Errol Spence Jr. The paperwork leaks online. Listen, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but basically Derrick James suing. He believes he's owed money, damages, blah, 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 from the Crawford fight. Errol made a certain amount of money, and Derrick James feels, based on his job and his tenure and what he did, like he feels he was owed some of that money. I believe Errol Spence is countersuing him. There's a lot of people, when I make these posts and stuff, they act like I'm not elite ego, like I'm not the best in the business, as if I don't do my homework. Like, oh, I heard Errol Spence was the one with the suit. The initiator of this lawsuit is Derrick James. If you guys know what a plaintiff is, it says plaintiff's original petition. Comes now plaintiff Derrick James and defendant Errol Spence, Mr. Spence, right? So that means they initiated it. If you're the plaintiff, say it with me. You know, at the end of the day, a person who's getting sued, you know, if they have their own side argument or countersuit, they're entitled to do that. With this lawsuit, I guess it's perturbed Ryan Garcia, who still is training with Derrick James, and has prompted him, as you guys see. And this is why I suggest you follow my social media, because at times like this where boxing is cracking, I'm not able to make a video about every single subject because I have a life. I have other content I'm working on. Again, the more you guys engage with the content and accept and like and build the channel up, the more I can do. Point blank, period. But I post these things because it's easier to get these posts out. Ryan Garcia calls out Errol Spence. He says, quote, "You want to sue Derrick James and I want to beat you up. KO Errol Spence." Nice. Right? And I'll play the clip. Ryan Garcia this is post-fight.
For my coach, what's good? Come see me. You want to sue him? I want to beat you up.
Yo, facts.
Wow.
Facts, bro. Do. Knockout Errol. Nice. Yeah, Spence got beef with my coach. What's good? Come see me. You want to sue him? I want to beat you up.
Yo, facts.
Facts, bro. Do. Knockout Errol. Nice. Yeah, Spence got beef with my coach.
He says Spence got beef with my coach, so basically you got beef with me. I want to beat him. I want to beat his ass, right? Now, I ain't gonna front. I'm not gonna hold you. Ryan looks and sounds a bit inebriated here. And earlier in this stream, he was drinking wine. But I'm not saying it in a judgmental, because he beat Devin Haney to the point where Cassidy drops a new diss track referencing the Haney knockdowns. Again, you guys can find all this on my social media. If you choose not to follow because you're lazy, that's really on you. But the information is there. I'm doing my job. If you guys want the content, I'm making it readily available on all my social medias. So Ryan, he's on top of the world. He's feeling himself. Now, before I give my thoughts, I want you guys to see this as well. Ryan Garcia, he posted this and it says, Errol Spence can't beat me. So this is, again, a testament that Ryan Garcia is truly, at this point, feeling himself. And boxing is so darn fickle. What do I mean by this? It's fickle because Errol Spence was looked at as like a dangerous, super dangerous welterweight monster, right? But as the saying goes, what have you done for me lately? You are only as good as your last performance. So with Ryan having a victory where he says he was drinking and the weight bully got bullied, he's concussing Devin Haney, who's a skilled fighter.
Okay.
And all these types of things. Ryan on top of the world, feeling himself, gaining new fans. It's like his time to shine based on these graphics that you're seeing, and beating a skilled fighter like Devin Haney in dramatic fashion, right? Errol Spence, on the other hand, his last performance was clearly his career worst performance. So different points of their career. And because of the Terrence Crawford fight and how it all played out, people are now sleeping on Errol Spence and saying like, oh, this and that. But Errol Spence is likely to 154 pounds. So I don't really know how realistic this fight is with Errol and Ryan Garcia, because of Ryan just recently got to 140. Is he really going to go up to 154? I really don't think that Errol can make a weight like 140 something anymore, right? I think so. It'd have to be at 150 or better. Now, so to me, it's not really super realistic, but I will say this. That being said, after beating a skilled technician like Devin Haney in disastrous fashion for Devin, he turned Devin the Dream Haney into the Nightmare Haney, right? Nightmare of a performance. So Ryan Garcia, at least casuals, will believe in him versus Errol Spence, because they're not looking at the intangibles and weight. And Errol got cooked by this man who's looking insane right now and about to move to 154 pounds. So as a result, there's going to be people that listen to Ryan Garcia and the antics, and he's dropping songs. He clearly knows how to promote, and they're going to be inspired to pick against Errol Spence. Plus, Errol Spence was in the car wreck and these types of things. Ryan also looked like this before the fight. So making 140 is definitely, he said, something he probably can't do. He probably can't make 140 anymore. So he's probably forced to fight at 143, 145, 147, or possibly higher. I don't know. I mean, when you win, you kind of have that luxury. Devin Haney is the one that looks sucked up. Power didn't look there. Chin didn't look there. The best thing that he showed was heart, and heart will only take you so far in the fight. And he lost pretty bad, right? So, lot to unpack and decipher when it comes to Ryan and Errol Spence. Now, I'm on Errol's page. He has no stories. He hasn't really posted much in general. He's not really like a huge social media dude. So at the end of the day, we haven't really heard a response from Errol Spence. He's kind of been in the tuck. Errol Spence did do something great. There was someone who had stage 3 cancer, and he is the guy's favorite fighter, and he went to visit the guy. So, that's the last time we really seen Errol Spence on social media. He hasn't really said anything about the Derrick James situation, hasn't really chimed in and said anything about the lawsuit with Derrick James, or even responded to Ryan Garcia. And they were in the gym together, so it's kind of weird that Ryan Garcia, they say, like I said, there's no friends in boxing. I will say, however, Errol Spence, he's a Texan. He's from Dallas, DeSoto, Dallas. If he fought Ryan Garcia in the AT&T Stadium, it would be crazy. It would be crazy packed. Ryan knows how to sell a show. Errol Spence is on his redemption arc. I don't know how. Boxing's just crazy. Like, who would have thought that 2 years ago, Ryan Garcia would be calling out Errol Spence? And who would have thought that Ryan would beat Devin Haney. A lot of people didn't think that. Who would have thought that Jake Paul would be fighting Mike Tyson? Boxing is just so crazy right now. We're seeing some upsets. We've already got some knockout and fight of the year contenders. I mean, it's lit, man. And I'm just happy because the schedule is going to continue. May is a great month of boxing. You got Canelo fighting, NOA fighting. It's up. And I'm happy that you guys chose me as your representative. The best in the business, and it's not even close. So Errol Spence, what's next for him? I don't know. We now know that Crawford has moved up officially, and he's fighting someone completely different. Initially, he wanted to fight Fundora. Initially, he wanted to fight Tim Tszyu winner. I told you that wouldn't happen. Another thing that I got right, and he's going on to Madrimov on another card. I made a video about that. Check that on the channel. Let me know, could Ryan Garcia, I know he's feeling himself, but can he move up in weight and beat a Errol Spence? Are people writing Errol Spence off because of the sole Terrence Crawford loss? You guys let me know that in the comment section.